Lila was a city girl through and through. She loved the bustling streets, the flashing lights, and the constant hum of life in the city. But all of that changed when her parents, both too consumed with their demanding careers, decided to send her to live with her grandparents in the countryside. Her mother, a sharp and ambitious lawyer, and her father, a dedicated heart surgeon, believed it would give her the stability they couldn't provide. Lila's grandparents were kind and loving, their farmhouse surrounded by rolling hills and endless fields. But the high school she now attended was a stark contrast to the sophisticated private school she'd left behind. Her classmates eyed her with suspicion. To them, she was the city girl, quiet, different, and therefore an easy target. Lila's first week at her new school was a disaster. The other students whispered behind her back, and some even mocked her outright. The way she dressed, the way she spoke, even the way she kept to herself became fodder for their jokes. She tried to ignore them, focusing on her studies and the sketches she loved to draw in her notebook. Architecture had always fascinated her, and drawing buildings was her escape from the harshness of reality. But one day, the bullying crossed a line. A group of girls cornered her in the hallway, spilling her books onto the floor. As Lila knelt to pick them up, she felt a surge of anger building inside her. She wanted to fight back, but her grandparents' kind advice about staying calm echoed in her mind. She clenched her fists, holding back the storm within. Weeks turned into months, and Lila learned to endure the taunts. But everything changed one rainy afternoon when a boy named Ethan, one of the few students who didn't join in the bullying, saw her sketching a detailed drawing of a futuristic skyscraper. "Wow, did you draw that?" he asked, genuinely impressed. Lila hesitated but nodded. Ethan's interest sparked something within her. He started sitting with her during lunch, asking about her designs and sharing stories about his own struggles growing up in the small town. Slowly, a fragile friendship began to form. One fateful day, the bullying escalated beyond what Lila could tolerate. A group of students vandalized her prized sketchbook, tearing pages and scrawling insults over her drawings. When she discovered the damage, something inside her snapped. Lila confronted her tormentors in the middle of the schoolyard. Her voice, usually soft, was now sharp and commanding. The confrontation ended with her throwing a punch, landing squarely on the ringleader's jaw. The school administration quickly intervened, and Lila found herself suspended for a week. Her grandparents were disappointed, but they understood her breaking point. Despite the suspension, the incident marked a turning point. Ethan stood by her, and slowly, others began to see Lila in a new light. They started to respect her resilience and admire her talent. When it was time to graduate, Lila applied to several universities with strong architecture programs. Her parents, however, had other plans. They wanted her to follow in her father's footsteps and become a heart surgeon. The tension between her passion and her parents' expectations weighed heavily on her. In the end, Lila chose to follow her heart. She enrolled in an architecture program, knowing it would disappoint her parents, but feeling certain it was the right path for her. Her grandparents were proud, reminding her that true success came from pursuing what she loved. Lila's college years were filled with challenges and triumphs. She poured herself into her studies, often staying up late perfecting her designs. Her relationship with her parents remained strained, but over time, they began to see how passionate she was about her chosen field. Years later, Lila became a successful architect, known for designing innovative and sustainable buildings. Her parents, though initially skeptical, eventually came to respect her achievements. They even attended the grand opening of her first major project, a state-of-the-art hospital that combined her love for architecture with her parents' dedication to healthcare. As Lila stood before the crowd, she felt a deep sense of fulfillment. She had faced adversity, defied expectations, and built a life true to herself. True success lies in following your passion, even when faced with opposition or challenges. It shows the importance of resilience, self-belief, and staying authentic to oneself, while highlighting the value of support from those who truly care.